Alrighty there. It was telling me it was a low connection, so hopefully I got it back now and we're going to be alright. So, welcome to day 37 of the Irish Quarantine Tunes here at 1225 Spade Street. Great to be here, especially on this kind of Irish day. It's a little soft, little wet, little gray, but warm. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to start out with a very mellow ancient Irish waltz. It's called the Munster Cloak. The Munster Cloak, a very old Irish tune that's played as a waltz. There weren't waltzes back when that tune was written, but people play it as a waltz now. The Munster Cloak. All right, I have a song next, also a very old song. Apparently this song goes by a couple different names. I know it as the Curragh of Kildare, but it's also called Winter is Past and has a few other names. The original version is much longer, and it tells the story from the perspective of a young woman who's lost her love and is going to go to the Curragh of Kildare to look for news of her missing love that she's very sad about. So in this case, I learned this from the singing of the great Dublin singer Christy Moore. He does a wonderful version. And it's much shorter, and it's very beautiful and haunting. So, the Curragh of Kildare. So, what is a Curragh? Well, for many years, you folks, many of you know that I play in a band called the Curragh. Well, it turns out there's two different Curraghs. This Curragh that I'm talking about is spelled C-U-R-R-A-G-H. And that kind of Curragh is actually a plain, a wide, open, flat area that's in Kildare. There's also songs called the Plains of Kildare. So it's a famous area in Ireland for hundreds of years for horse racing, horse breeding, armies gathering, all sorts of things like that. So it's a big, huge plain called the Curragh of County Kildare. A Curragh, C-U-R-R-A-C-H, is a boat, which is what my band is named after. So two different kinds of Curraghs. singing in the trees. Their little hearts are glad, but mine is very sad. For my true love is far away from me. And it's straight I will repair to the Curragh of Kildare. For it's there I'll find tidings of my dear. The rose upon the briar, by the water running clear, gives joy to the linnet and the bee. Their little hearts are blessed, but mine it's not at rest. For my true love is far away from me. And it's straight I will repair to the Curragh of Kildare. For it's there I'll find tidings of my love. All you that are in love and cannot it remove, I pity the pain that you endure. For experience lets me know that your hearts are full of woe, and a woe that no mortal can e'er cure. And it's straight I will repair to the Curragh of Kildare. For it's there I'll find tidings of my dear. For it's there I'll find tidings of my dear. Kind of a sad song, very old song. It's got that old modal kind of chilling feel to it, ending there on the 5. All right, so today's kind of a special day. It is my daughter Fiona's 21st birthday. She has reached majority. Yep, she was born in 1999. In fact, she thinks that Prince song was written for her, of course. So in honor of her today, I wore a shirt from a music festival that we went to together many years ago. So let's see here. This is the Hiawatha Music Festival up in Marquette, Michigan, way up in the UP. I believe this one says it was the 29th annual. It was back in 2007 in July in the summer. And it was a beautiful summer weekend. Mairead and Fiona and I went up together. Fiona was 8 and her sister Mairead was 9. We met up with our friends Steve and Anna and their kids, Galen and Alyssa. We went swimming in Lake Superior. The Carolina Chocolate Chops were there well before they became famous and won a Grammy and all that kind of stuff. And we got to meet them, and I got to do a fiddle workshop alongside Justin, the old fiddler from that band, the former fiddler from that band, and had a great time. And a little story, it was the very first gig ever with our tuba player in Yid Vicious. It was Yid Vicious that was performing there. And our bass player had kind of gone missing, and so we had Dave asked if he could fill in. He left in the morning and I think drove straight through 6 hours to Marquette, pulled in 15 minutes before our show and got on stage and did a fantastic show, and everybody loved it. You don't usually have tuba players at folk music festivals, so everybody was very into that. They loved Yid Vicious. When I came off the stage, I remember talking to some guys from a bluegrass band, and they looked at me and they're just like, "You guys are insane." And I think it was a compliment. But it was a lot of fun. And that evening, after I'd gone to bed with the girls in the tent, the rest of the band decided to have a parade, and it's legendary. So when you go up to Hiawatha now people will tell you, oh, remember that year when they had the tuba player and the parade through the campground? So that's a good story. All right, so this is for Fiona, and good memories, and her celebrating her 21st birthday. This is called The Trip to Durrow. So it's a great little Irish reel here. So. That was fun. That was The Trip to Durrow in honor of Fiona Dance, Esther Wolfe, and her 21st birthday today. All right. Cheers. All right. I have another song. The other day, I did a version of Danny Boy that I wrote back in 2012 in honor of the recall called Oh Scotty Boy. The voters are recalling you as opposed to the pipes are calling you. This is another parody that I did that came to me in 2017 when we had a new president inaugurated, and he immediately went to work to destroy our democracy and create evil policies that destroy people's lives. So I do this to the tune of the great Irish ballad that takes place in, that's popular in Australia, the Black Velvet Band, and in this case, it's about the Immigrant Ban. So it's called Get Rid of That Immigrant Band. Get Rid of That Immigrant Ban, B-A-N. There's a chorus that you can sing along to. Kind of goes like this. We have the Constitution, Lady Liberty rules o'er the land. That Egypt is chock full of blarney. Get rid of that immigrant ban. Here we go. In a swampy old town they call D.C., a new fella came into town. And in barely three short weeks began tearing democracy down. He reigns by executive order with help from the Ku Klux Klan, splitting up friends and relations with that gobshite immigrant ban. Well, we have the Constitution, Lady Liberty rules o'er the land. That Egypt is chock full of blarney. Get rid of that immigrant ban. The countries he picked include Yemen, Syria, Iraq, and Iran. Adding three more for good measure: Somalia, Libya, Sudan. The people stormed to the airports, lax and SeaTac, San Fran, JFK, Houston, O'Hare, Detroit. Let them in was their demand. Oh, we have the Constitution, Lady Liberty rules over the land. That Egypt is chock full of blarney. Get rid of that immigrant ban. But the order was reviewed by judges in courtrooms all through the land. They spoke with one loud, clear voice: this illegal nonsense won't stand. So come all you lovers of freedom, and a warning take by me. Don't go voting for a plonker like him who cares not for our liberty. Oh, we have the Constitution, Lady Liberty rules o'er the land. That Egypt is chock full of blarney. Get rid of that immigrant ban. We have the Constitution, Lady Liberty rules o'er the land. That Egypt is chock full of blarney. Get rid of that immigrant ban. All right, my little parody back in 2017. Unfortunately, some of those judges' orders have now been overturned, and we are in a period of horrific xenophobia yet again. And we need a new Congress, a new president, a new state legislature, a new system, a new deal, a new Green Deal, a new world. Let's do it. This one's not working out too well. All right, love y'all. Thanks for listening. Hope you're coming back tomorrow for day 38 on Tuesday. Be well. I have time for one more. Going to finish off with a jig. I don't know what this has to do with the song I just sang, but this next jig is called Scatter the Mud. So I'm going to sling some mud, I think, here. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, because I like to do this, is that I found out that the reel that I just did before the song, The Trip to Durrow, has an author. It was written by a composer named Dan Cleary. So thanks for that reel. All right, so Scatter the Mud, our last number of the day here. A jig for you called Scatter the Mud. Hope everybody has a fantastic day. Happy birthday, Fiona. You're 21. All right. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.